Hello, this is the Guns of Guns and Stuff. Today, I've got 3 different non-expanding, these are non-expanding self-defense bullets. They have the hollows, instead of being hollow point, they're hollow edge. And that's what I'm going to call them, hollow edge. I'm just going to coin that term for you. Hollow edge bullets. These are from ARX. These are from Lehigh Defense. This is from Norma. And I'm going to be comparing them with Hornady Critical Defense. And shooting all 4 of these with my Smith & Wesson carry comp. And I'll be shooting water bottles. I call it the water pyramid, and I'll explain that as I go. Let's get to it. First up will be Hornady Critical Defense. That's what I'm going to compare these to. What have we here? And as usual, even though that's a less than 3-inch barrel, I have good expansion out of this bullet. I always get, I shot the 9mm version of this bullet out of a Torx GX4 with a 3-inch barrel and got good expansion from it. Now I've got good expansion from this Smith & Wesson, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's a 2.7-inch barrel. So kudos to Hornady Defense. Critical Defense. Looks like I've got 5 bottles that got damage. First up, we've got Lehigh Defense, commonly referred to as a Phillips head. But we have a better name for it now, don't we? Hollow edge. There's the bullet. Looks like it could be reloaded, doesn't it? That's why they call these non-expanding. Hollow edge. We've got 5 bottles with rips in them. So what I'll do when I get a minute, I'll measure the rips. I call it the rippage. And that way I can compare all of these bullets. All right, I've got my water pyramid set back up again. I'll be using the ARX. This is by Inceptor, if I'm not mistaken. The bullet has not changed shape in any way. Looks like I could reload it if I wanted to. 7 damaged bottles. That's a little bit more than the others that I had. We've got this Norma hollow edge. Let's see how it does. And these bullets, as you can see, do not change shape at all. Holy smokes. Something's not right. I wonder if I overlooked some bottles from an earlier shoot. When I did the Norma test, hollow edge is what I call it, but there was about 15 more inches of rips than the other bullets. And at the end of the demonstration, I had about twice as many damaged bottles as I was expecting. So we'll see if that repeats. And we have a winner. There it is. When I measured the rips, I used Hornady Critical Defense. And I got, if I remember right, I got 45 inches of rips out of it, and I got over 60 inches worth of rips from the Norma. And that's quite a difference. So I'm going to measure this and just see if that repeats. But once again, I've got more bottles damaged by the Norma bullet than the rest of them. Okay, well, take my word for it, it didn't change shape. I wish I could show it to you, but it fell in the grass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damaged bottles. And if I remember correctly, the others, the test the other day that I did, the other bullets were 5 and 6 in that range, and here I've got more. So, Norma may be the clear winner. I will let you know. And I've said this earlier in an earlier video, but I'll just say it again. What I'm capturing with these, measuring the rippage I call it, I'm capturing that initial wound cavity. When you see the slow motion ballistics gel, you see it in slow motion, it opens up and then it closes back down. That channel is what I'm capturing with measuring these rips. It's the initial shock caused by the bullet. All right. Well, I got a minute. The Hornady Critical Defense, if you'll remember, had 5 damaged bottles, 45 inches of rippage. The Lehigh, 5 bottles, 51 inches. The ARX had 7 damaged bottles, 48 inches. The Champion, Norma, with 11 damaged bottles, 65 inches. Now, if you'll recall from the video, the demonstration portion, I was a bit skeptical about the Norma. Maybe it was a fluke. Well, I shot it again, as you saw, 9 bottles, 64 inches of rippage. 65, 64 is pretty consistent. Now, just for the fun of it, I went back in my records, and when I tested the Hornady Critical Defense, my 5-inch barrel Walther PDP 9mm got 62 inches of rips. And here we have a 380 with 65. So, Norma was definitely the clearer, far and away, the winner. So I recommend Norma hollow edge bullets for your self-defense needs. And what I'm going to do now, I got to go back and get that PDP out again and shoot Normas through it and see what happens. Thanks for watching.